Hello everyone, this is Yannis from Lost Cabinet Games. I'm the lead designer and game director for Obsidian Moon. I welcome you to Obsidian Moon on behalf of the entire team of Lost Cabinet Games, and thank you very much for your time. So we settled on two very simple and core mechanics. The first one was the ability to combine clues in order to reveal new clues, and the second core mechanic was to apply police abilities. So here we can see that we have our case file. The case file explains what the case is about. So in this case we have a murder case. So in order to close a case, you will need to find the appropriate clues, which means the victim, the offender, the murder weapon, the cause of death and the motive. Drag them here, and then you can submit the warrant form, issue the warrant and close the case. So let's see how this works out. And we have our first clue, which is the murder scene. Okay, we can spend some time to review the details of the murder scene. Okay, so here we come to the second part that I mentioned earlier, is about the police abilities. So in this specific clue, we will notice that apart from reviewing the clue itself, we have the ability to apply the following actions: inspect, surveillance, and research for this specific clue into the police records. Okay, let's do an inspection. Okay, so by doing this inspection we get a journal entry. I won't spend so much time here. Let's organize a little bit. So we have here our murder scene. So we have some new clues here. We got a newspaper. It gives us some lore about what happens in the city. We have some evidence, some muddy footprints that were found in the crime scene. It gives us some idea about the culprit, the offender, but we're not there yet. You can see here also that for every action that you are doing, you have some time to complete and some cost. We also have here another location, which is in the close vicinity of the murder scene. Let's inspect this one, find some new clues. We also have a victim. We have some idea about the details of the clue. So again, I can send this to the lab. I won't do it yet. Okay, I can send it for a forensic analysis. This will give us the cause of death. The second core mechanic I was talking about is the ability to run to take some actions, some police abilities, to apply some police abilities like inspection, lab, surveillance, records, etc. The other core mechanic is the ability to combine any clue together. For example, since we found out by reviewing the clue that it was found outside of a club, okay, and we have the club owner here, it is a logical way of thought to ask the club owner about the victim. And indeed, the club owner gives us the name of the victim, which we now have. It gives us who was associated with the victim last night, which is a suspect, and it gives us a detailed statement about his observations, what he noticed, etc. Alright? So, basically, the core mechanic of the game is this one. Another interesting take of the game, which is that you have multiple ways to find some clues. For example, so if we go through the clue, we can see that we need to find his place. And again, there are two ways to do it. One way to do it is to put a surveillance team on this guy, which will cost $3. But there is a more efficient way to do it, is to ask his employer, which is this guy. Alright, so by doing this we have now Sinclair's apartment that we can inspect. We can inspect his desk. So I can continue to play the game, okay, until I find the final solution. We have talked about the core loop of the game. Let's talk about a bit about the secondary loop of the game. So if you have noticed, we have a watch here. This means that the game has a daytime loop, which is quite similar to games like Stacklands or Papers, Please. You might notice here in the UI that we have some economy elements. The three economy elements is money, sanity, and bullets. So what we can observe here is that every action, every clue that you do, that you reveal in the game, in essence every combination that you find and any clue that you reveal, it gives you some monetary reward. And this monetary reward is basically your budget that you can spend to do actions. For example, here if I go to inspect this, or if I send to the forensics lab, this has a specific cost. Okay, so the other thing that you can do when the day ends, we are able and we are required to pay some bills. For example, we can buy some bullets, we can pay for the whiskey, and we're also able to buy some upgrades. For example, here if I buy some Obsidian City Police Department Union lottery tickets, it will help pay overtimes, which it in itself reduces surveillance time. Let's buy this. Okay, what happens if I don't pay my bills? If I fail to pay my bills, for example, if I fail to pay for food, my sanity will drop. It's not the only thing that will have an impact on sanity. For example, if I start resolving situations by shooting, this will also have an impact on my sanity. And if my sanity drops to 0, then it means that I lose the game. So basically that's it, more or less. I hope you really enjoyed watching this video as I did in creating it. I hope you like Obsidian Moon. We believe it is innovative in its own way, the way it handles the gameplay, and we would really like you to give it a chance.